You study the history of the Ma'afa, the transatlantic slave trade. Many of those who were brought to Jamaica came from the Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo region.
Hi fam, welcome back to Migash Reactions. Today's video is not just a reaction, it's a reminder. We're reacting to a powerful video that explains how one small island, Jamaica, shaped the world through resistance, culture, and unbreakable African spirit. Watch till the end because this one will make you feel Jamaica. And subscribe as you are watching for more deep, meaningful reactions. Let's get into it.
You study the history of the Ma'afa, the transatlantic slave trade. Many of those who were brought to Jamaica came from the Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo region. That is a very unapologetic fight to the death region. Some of the ethnic kingdoms in that region, the white man didn't even want to enslave them because it was too difficult to break them. Jamaicans still have that spirit. They are indomitable as a people. It's no coincidence that it was a Jamaican bookman who went to Haiti and led the Haitian Revolution. You understand? When you look at Nani, when you look at Cujo and Akangpong and all those revolutionary Jamaicans, it's no coincidence that they had so many revolutionaries on that island because they brought that African spirit that can never be broken. And if African people are going to be free, geographically in the Caribbean or globally across the world, Jamaica will play a role in it. Just like when I go to Africa, I say it all the time. In order for Africa to be free, Nigeria will have to play a role in it because of their indomitable spirit. You can see that the Jamaicans and the Nigerians have the same blood. It's like, it's undeniable. So number one, that spirit of revolution. And then when you take the Rasta culture and what that did, and when you take Bob Marley's success and reggae and what that did, and of course the greatest Pan-Africanist and greatest organizer of all time, Marcus Garvey, you know, coming from Jamaica and others, you understand. But I think when you look at their national heroes and the Pan-African impact that they had, Bob Marley was a Pan-Africanist. The Rastafari are Pan-Africanists. Marcus Garvey, the father of modern Pan-Africanism. John Brown Russworm, the revolutionaries that came over out of there. You know, even to the slave revolt leaders, you know, Sam Sharp, you know, Paul Bogle. When you look at the Pan-Africanist nature that is at the foundation of the revolutionary Jamaican spirit, it helps you to understand why they are so feared and loved around the world. You know, they're so unapologetic that when some people are trying to kick off revolutionary movements, if they're not sincere, they will screen for the Jamaicans. They want to make sure I don't have no Jamaicans in this, because I know when the Jamaicans come, they come to war. They come to fight. You don't invite the Jamaicans unless you're sincere. You understand? Because I would probably say per capita, you know, they're some of the greatest revolutionaries that the race has ever produced.
That brings me to Jamaica and its influence worldwide, right? Yes. Because I mean, Jamaicans, they have this saying, Likkle But We Talawah.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Definitely, Likkle But We Talawah.
Love
That
it.
is it.
So explain to us what that means, first of all.
Likkle But We Talawah meaning, even though we're small, Talawah, the word Talawah is like, we've done so much.
Right.
The greatness of big stuff. Our culture has impacted other cultures. People just love Jamaica. They love the language. They love the food. They love the ambience. They love the breeze, the beach, the tree, everything. The chicken, the curry, the ackee, the sausage, the breadfruit, the roast banana. Them love everything. Like, we've really just created such a
literally, yes,
massive impact world.
I don't think people really understand this whole hip-hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like,
look at how much hip-hop was influenced from reggae culture. We wouldn't have DJs.
Jamaican bring rap into New York.
Obviously, Jamaica is such a small nation, but it's made such a massive impact on the world, from Bob Marley to food to culture. Why do you think that is?
If you want to go into history, I think we just come from a rebellious people, in a sense that you can't force us to do anything. But if it's something that we want to do, that same energy and rebellious nature, it will be powered and pushed into something creativity. Music is about a beat, it's a rhythm. And the rhythm of being Jamaican is all about just pushing yourself forward. And no matter where you come from, no matter the hardships you come from, just striving forward and making the best of it.
We got a lot of love from Africa, and we curated our own, vibe in Jamaica, what we had to share with the rest of the world. It's a beautiful place, When you go there, you feel the love, you feel the temperature, you see the waters, you wake up every day and it's a beautiful smile on your face. That's why Bob Marley has a song, Smile in Jamaica.
I just think they were true to themselves, and they was putting that stuff that they felt strongly about and passionate about, and I think it just resonated with the world. And sometimes certain themes are universal, and I think they just tapped into that, and that's what they focus on. And here we are, like many years later, and Jamaica is like one of the most influential places out there. So yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. Jamaica is one of the most influential black countries on this planet Earth. On this planet Earth, hands down, Jamaicans is one of the most influential people on this planet that will stand against anything. I don't care. Back in the day, everyone had to claim to be Jamaican to be accepted. I don't care. Nowadays, everyone's being accepted. Everybody's music is being accepted. Everything's being accepted. But we were standing out when none of us was really accepting. When they weren't even accepting black music, when they weren't even accepting them spaces, we were still standing out there and telling people exactly who we were and what we represent. And that is the reason why we stand as one of the most influential countries on this planet. And I don't care what nobody says, because we're a country of 3 million people. We're a country of 3 million people, and we influence from our lands all the way that way and all the way that way. Okay? So I just want to shout out. I just want to shout out to all my Jamaicans. And I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica, because we're one influential motherfucking country, and nobody can tell me differently. And I respect my country highly, and I will always talk about my country highly, because we're one of the top. And I don't care, the haters can come, but we are one of the most influential countries. And the reason why corporations and brands and everybody will continuously to watch what we're doing year on year on year, because we set records. Period. Done.
Where rapping come from? Who originate rapping? Who originate rapping? Jamaican. A Jamaican originate rapping. A Jamaican bring rapping to New York.
Come all the way out the back and be very blunt with it. The Jamaican and Puerto Rican contributions to hip hop is negligible. What do I mean by that?
And the Yankee them pick it up. Yeah, you never hear about Kool Herc. You never hear about him. Where the great Busta Rhymes come from? Where did he come from? You remember the great Shinehead? And many more famous rappers from Jamaica, where I know mention.
The reason why me and Spliff was so magical is because that's the beautiful thing about the way we was molded and shaped from a cultural standpoint. Like, we Caribbean niggas. I'm a Jamaican nigga, he a Trinidadian nigga. So the showmanship that we displayed, a lot of that shit come from dancehall culture. And I don't think people really understand this whole hip hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like, Kool Herc is a Jamaican nigga, you get what I'm saying? The whole concept of having big ass speakers stockpiled on top of each other and playing loud ass music outside, that come from Jamaica. That's dancehall culture. You know what I'm saying?
If it wasn't for Caribbeans, it wasn't for Western Indian Caribbeans, there would be no hip hop.
Man, get out of here! You gotta be out of your mind, man!
Where would hip hop be without Caribbean Americans? There wouldn't be no hip hop.
Toasting on the mic, that's rhyming. We wouldn't have the whole hip hop culture.
I interviewed NLE Choppa. Right?
Who that is?
He's a young rapper. He's 19 years old.
Right.
And he's from Jamaican descent. I think like his mother is Jamaican or something like that. And we were just talking about hip hop, and I was saying, oh, Kool Herc is Jamaican, right? The inventor of hip hop and so forth. And from what I understand, he took some of the sensibilities of Jamaican dancehall and so forth and applied it with American music and created hip hop out of that. And this whole thread started about like, Jamaicans had nothing to do with hip hop. That's Vlad is trying to change the narrative. And I'm like, the guy's Jamaican. Like, that's established. He's Jamaican.
Right.
And if you look at Jamaican dance parties, they do kind of resemble what these parties, with guys on the mic and so forth. Like, That wasn't being done in the US originally. It was a Jamaican thing. It was a reggae thing. And I'm like, yeah, he took some of that style and created hip hop with it. I don't see the problem with me giving props to
Jamaicans and like reggae, and that influenced the whole world. Personally, like I think a lot of culture that has come from over there. You get me?
That's
like, even the way the man them dress and that, from like in Bridge, everyone's loud, like super loud. Like, you get me? That's the yard, man.
The Jamaicans managed to open up a Jamaican restaurant in every single country in the world. So I have traveled to around 20 different countries, and what I still don't understand is how every single place I've visited, I've always met a Jamaican person who has married a local, has mixed Jamaican kids, and has opened up a Jamaican restaurant with the best Jamaican food in town, which is the only Jamaican restaurant in town. Like, I understand if you are a person of Chinese or Indian descent, because China and India literally incorporate around a third of the entire world's population, and because of colonization. But Jamaica is a tiny island from the Caribbean. So my question is, how did you even find this country to immigrate to, first of all? And if you really do not believe me, literally, wherever you are in the world, look up Jamaican restaurant in your country and you will find it.
If Fat Joe learned lean back from then?
Well, I learned lean back from I studied Missy, how she did songs around that time, and really the whole reggae movement. But it was like single to play. Around the way.
Oh, yeah.
It was rocking with all that, right? The Elephant Man and all that. And so I was like, yo, I gotta do like the Jamaicans, man. They making these songs that everybody's doing to dance to. So that was really the influence of lean back, all in the gumbo.
A lot of Americans, I think, they look at Jamaica and they think like Bob Marley. They think cruise ship to Kingston.
That's Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. Those are the tourist areas.
And that's what a lot of Americans think of when they think of Jamaica, but that's not the true experience.
That's why when you go down to the resorts, they tell you don't leave the resort, because anything outside the resort, you make yourself fair game.
Right.
You know.
And the gang situation there, they respect the tourist areas. They don't really.
Oh no, they don't go around there because they don't care. It's the same all over the world. I mean, as far as just like in New York when the cocaine first came. It was all right when it stayed in the black neighborhoods and blacks was doing it. But when the whites came to the black neighborhoods to cop the drugs, to do it, to bring it back to the white neighborhood, now we have a problem.
The government doesn't care if black people, but as soon as white people get involved, then all of a sudden it's a big problem. The government kind of turns a blind eye to the police.
Yeah, because it's all about money. They protect the ones that's voting and paying taxes.
Tell me why I make one video talking about solar panels and business, and all a lot of people can talk about in the comment is me, where me come from, but where the accent they are going with. Don't worry about it. Me love it, and me love Uno same way. But actually, me did want come here and clap back on somebody who say, oh, she's not even Jamaican and Jamaica is going down the drain. And all me want tell that person is, when that somebody from another country who moved to our one country become from that country. Me was born, yes sir. When I turned 20 years old, me move here, so you rub off so much me use it. And from 2006, me get this paper here. Me can't show Uno because all our personal information in them, but me want to show Uno the picture. Come, look here. Look pan Likkle floor. Just come from Cuba. Look pan the thin eyebrow them. No, a TikTok I put makeup on it. The Jamaican Constitution and the Jamaican Nationality Act of 1962. The above name has been registered as a citizen of Jamaica. This is dated the 22nd of February 2006. So me want Uno to establish when it's not okay if you say that you come from somewhere. Me did live 20 years of my life in a Cuba, and me have lived the next 20 years of my life in a Jamaica. Right now, me is officially 50-50. 50% Cuban and 50% Jamaican. So Uno let me know in the comments when it's okay to say that you come from a country. And to answer that one lovely question as of why may I talk like this, because somebody did say, oh, you should stick to English and all them things there. Let me tell you something. You see me, who was born yesterday in a Cuba, came to this place here not knowing one word in English. So how Uno expect me to sound? When Uno migrate from Jamaica go to Canada, Uno sound like English people. No, uno adapt, uno accent based on the country that uno there. And uno don't know English already, so uno don't have any excuse. Me at least have an excuse. Me never know how to speak English, so me drop in a Jamaica now. And me learn to chat like uno because it's a uno me hear talk. Me not hear English people talk. Me not hear American people talk. Me not work at embassy. And trust me do try to break in at the American market and the Canadian market and thing. I start my videos like, yes, so I live in Jamaica and I am Cuban and you don't know, say Jamaica nice. And me did tell you, so me can't hold my tongue. Me can't hold it. The English just feel constraining. It just feel bland. It just feel square. Me like the patois spicy. The patois come, with thyme and scallion and pimento. You understand? The English uses some mashed potatoes and some greens in the side. Me like the Jamaican accent, and me is going to continue mixing up the Cuban thing in there because no matter what me try, the R is going to roll, and me can't differentiate jam from jam, whether it's the one that grow around and the one that you put pat the bread at the same thing. There you have it. I am one spicy jerk quesadilla. For all of you who are new to my account, welcome to my TikTok tribe. I am Cuban, I live in Jamaica, and
Fam, thank you for watching until the end. If you stayed, it means you felt something. And that's exactly what this video was meant to do. Before we break anything down, we have to start right here. Likkle But We Talawah, that phrase means we may be small, but we are strong. No strength you announce, no strength you pretend. Strength built through struggle, endurance, and survival. That one sentence explains Jamaica better than any textbook ever could. Jamaica is tiny in size, tiny in population, but history shows us that greatness has never been about size. Jamaica's impact is disproportionate, and that's not accidental. The Africans brought to Jamaica were not weak people. Many came from regions like Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo. These were people from highly resistant societies. So when they were enslaved, their bodies were captured, but their spirit never was. That's why Jamaica resisted slavery constantly, escaping plantations, forming free communities. Fighting back resistance wasn't just a choice. Escaping plantations, forming free communities, fighting back, resistance wasn't a choice, it was instinct. The Maroons didn't just survive, they defeated the British. They forced treaties, they lived free, a small group of formerly enslaved Africans outsmarting a global empire. If that's not Likkle But Talawah, I don't know what is. Nani of the Maroons represents something powerful. She wasn't just a warrior, she was African knowledge, spiritually and leadership in human form. That's why she couldn't be defeated. One of the most overlooked facts, Jamaica's revolutionary spirit influenced Haiti. A Jamaican named Bookman played a role in the Haitian Revolution. That revolution changed global history. Jamaica was connected to that fire. Then came Marcus Garvey, one Jamaican whose ideas traveled across the world. Pan-Africanism, African pride, mental liberation. Garvey didn't just inspire people, he shifted consciousness. Rastafari wasn't created for atheists. It was resistance. It rejected colonial thinking, reclaimed African identity, demanded spiritual freedom. Liberation starts in the mind, and Rastafari understood that. Reggae became Jamaica's megaphone. Through artists like Bob Marley, messages of justice, freedom, African unity reached the world. Reggae wasn't entertainment first, it was truth first. Let's talk facts. Hip-hop culture did not start in isolation. Jamaican sound system culture, toasting on the mic, outdoor speakers, crowd interaction, all of that shaped hip-hop in New York. Jamaica is part of hip-hop's DNA. Wherever Jamaicans go, culture follows. Food, music, language, energy. Jamaicans don't assimilate quietly. They influence boldly. Jamaica resonates because its culture is real. Pain turned into power. Struggle turned into creativity. Resistance turned into identity. Jamaican culture isn't copied easily because it's lived, not learned. Likkle But We Talawah, they are not boasting, they are remembering. Remembering ancestors who refused to break. Remembering a history that shaped the world. Jamaica didn't become influential by trying to be big. Jamaica became influential by being unbreakable. And that spirit, it still lives. If this video made you feel something, like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. What does Likkle But We Talawah mean to you? This is Migash Reactions, where reactions have history, depth, and soul. One love.